In this video, we'll be looking at one of the best concept and one of the best practice of front-end development. And this concept is also used in back-end development and with any programming language. But in this video, we'll be dealing with JavaScript and front-end development. So let's begin. So in beginning, if you are beginners, then we'll not use the code which is reusable in our project in the beginning. Like for example, in front end, if you're dealing with DOM manipulation, CSS manipulation, in that case, let's say we'll not be using code which is reusable. Like for example, if you see in the screen, if we have to select the element and then do some manipulation like clicking or focusing, right? What we normally do is we will do something like this. We'll select the element and we'll click it like this, right? Now again, there'll be another requirement where we have to select another element and then do some manipulation again. We'll select this and we'll do some manipulation like this. Again, the project will demand some another requirement where we have to select another element and then click it again maybe, or do some another manipulation. We will use like this, right? So if you see here, the code is not reusable. But if you see, observe, the code is repeating, right? So if you observe that the code is repeating, it is very helpful to use reusable code by using the function, right? So instead of doing this, what you can actually do is, I'll just comment it right now. What you can actually do is you can use the function like this. So if you see the function here, I mistaken over there, right? So it should be click, not focus, right? So if you see the function here, if we see inside of it, everything is same as below, and the only thing that is changing is the parameter here, right? So that we'll pass the parameter of in the function like this, because this is the only thing that is changing, right? And let's say we wanna click the element with the class name button green. So what we will do is we'll invoke the function click element, and then we'll pass the element with class name button green, right? We'll have to select another element and click it. Then in that case, we'll again invoke the function and pass the class name, right? So this is how we can use reusable code in our project. So let's see the advantage. Sorry, the video was paused, right? So these are the benefits of reusability, right? The first one is easy to maintain code. If we see here, let me comment this reusable function and let me just go with this let's say on reusable code, right? So if I have to maintain it, or let's say modify it, let's suppose the project requirement is changed and now you have to focus the element instead of clicking, right? Now I'll have to go through every code and then change it like this, right? Now let's suppose the project is very big and you have thousands of code like this. Now in that situation, it'll take you more than one day or even more than that to manually change like this, right? But if you had used a reusable function like a for this one, then in this case you just have to modify this and you're done, right? So this is the first advantage that you get if you're using reusable code. The second advantage that you get is more readable. If you see here, this code, the functional code is more readable than this one. This one is readable as well, but comparatively the functional code will be more readable than this. The third advantage that we get is code efficiency. If the project is big, and you'll have and in this case, if the project is big and if you're not using a reusable function like this, in this case the code number or the code size will be more. But if you have functional uh, component like this, right, in this case the code will be less, right? And in that case, the system will be more performant as well. The system will run fast as well. Okay. And fourth advantage that you get is faster development process. If we are using functional component like this, then the coding development, the development process will be faster, right? And the project will be completed faster, right? Because you don't have to code this much. If you have to um, if you have to add another code again, right? Like for example, if you have to add another, you'll have to select another element and you have to focus, right? If you're using like this, we'll have this amount of code, but in this case you'll have just this one line of code, right? Let's say I want to add another element, blue, right? And then click it, focus it, right? In this case, if you see here, the code is much more than this one, right? It's just one line and it's two line, right? But if we compare it with larger project, then the difference will be very drastic. All right, so that was it for this video. Hope you find this helpful. I'll be back with another video where I'll be discussing about some best practices used in front-end development, and that is it. Have a good day.